Good morning. Welcome to this midweek market update brought to you by Treasury One. With me today is Andre Silek, currency strategist at Treasury One. Andre, we're midweek. Down this week, we've got the US government open now. We've been slightly seeing some US data coming out of the market. We've seen some Fed speakers putting the US in a little bit of turmoil about what they're going to do with the next interstate decision. In the month of December, we've got some jobs data coming out of the latter end of the week on Friday. But before we get into what will probably happen heading into the end of the week, going into next week, just give us a little bit of a feedback of what happened last week in the South African market, because we had last week at this time we had the midterm budget speech and we had some positive developments from that front. So what happened last week?
Richard, yes, good morning. They say it comes in threes. Now, we had the removal of the grey listing, and then shortly on that, we had the medium-term budget speech. And I think one of the biggest highlights of that budget speech is not something that was actually new. Everybody knew that it's coming. We were just waiting for the officiation of that. And that I refer to 3% anchoring of our inflation rate. Mr. Kanyage from the central bank had spoken about it widely. But now it's anchored, and it is anchored in terms of when you speak about salary increases, provided that you remain at that inflation rate and so forth. And that's got an impact on the fiscal side, the expansion of the fiscal side, the increases in salaries, etc. So a very important one. I'll get to the impact of that on the currency just now. But apart from that, Mr. Godongwana had announced that the debt as a percentage of GDP seems to have turned a corner, and that we will be at the height of it this year, and from here onwards we will start declining. So tax collection was better. So the news from that side was relatively good, and he's got a fairly good track record at the maintaining of fiscal discipline. So shortly on that, on Friday, followed the S&P upgrade in our credit rating. Now, that's not a removal from junk status, but it's a notch closer to investment status. So it's good news for the country. So comes in threes. Grey listing, medium-term budget was good. Framework for the next 3 years, excellent. And also removal of us from them. A little bonus on top of the three was the signing of a executive order by Mr. Trump saying that some 100 products of the agricultural side will be free from tariffs as from immediate effect. Now, that doesn't mean a heck of a lot for this year, especially, for instance, the citrus side, but going forward, it will have an impact. So, yes, a relatively good week for the rand, and we had seen the impact of that on the currency, fighting back from levels of 1730 back down to 1710. We're around the 1760 now, so currency looking relatively good. I said I'll say something about inflation and currencies. Now, over a number of years, the rand weakened quite a lot every year. And that, one of the reasons was the fact that our inflation rate was substantially higher than that of our trading counterparts. We were anchored at a midpoint of 4.5%, upside level of 6%. And we all know that at many times we were trading with our inflation 6 and 7 and even 8%, whilst the rest of the world mainly were around the 2% anchoring of their inflation rate. And hence the rand was the buffer that took the knock and weakened substantially every year. if we have an inflation rate at 3% anchored and we manage to keep it there, and our trading counterparts at 2% and they keep it there, the differential is only 1%. So going forward, one can look at a currency that could be far more stable, taking less of a hit in terms of inflation rate differentials, and therefore also good news in terms of weakening of a currency, containing the value of your money, and also on the import side, especially on fuel, where we are one of our biggest imports is oil, we could look forward to more stable prices.
Yeah, Andre, thanks for that update. You just spoke about the rand, and we also saw on the back of the positive news it was price, and the rand dipped slightly below 17 for the first time since January 2023 last week as well. And like you just mentioned, it's given back some ground, and it's given back some ground because the 45-day, the longest government shutdown in US history has ended, and now the data is going to come out again. So a little bit nervousness around the data is going to come out. Like we said, we're going to have some non-farm payrolls coming out this week. Quite a strange date for it to come out on a Friday in the middle of the month, but that's what it is. And sort of the market is sort of giving back in a little, and the dollar's a little bit on the front foot, and that's why the rand's a little bit back, is because of the uncertainty around the data out of the US that's going to come out. So with the rand is these weaker levels at 17.16, 17.17 at the moment. Are we still in the same trading range, that 17.50 sort of wider range that we've been speaking about? Or are we going to see the rand weaker up to like 17.80 in the coming weeks?
We got 45 days for a government to shut down is a long time, and a lot of things can happen, and I think a lot of people are very nervous. We are heading into December, the last meeting of the Federal Reserve, and they would keenly look at the figures being released by a government now in terms of jobs, in terms of inflation, etc., to be able to make a decision at their last meeting of this year what to do with interest rates. Should they relax it and lower it further, or should they keep it at the same levels? So that could have an impact on the dollar. However, I actually don't think that it will have a dramatic impact. I think generally most people expect the central bank in America, the Federal Reserve, to actually cut interest rates by 25 basis points. I think that's most probably fairly priced into the market, and unless we get very big shocks, I think we could maintain fairly stable levels with not too much movement for the next couple of weeks.
And then lastly, Andre, you spoke about what the Fed's going to do in December, but the more pertinent question on everybody's lips is what the South African Reserve Bank is going to do at tomorrow's MPC meeting. The market is widely pricing at 25 basis points. The FRA curves is discounting at 100% at this stage that Mr. Kganyago is going to cut by 25 basis points. Is that what we're expecting as well?
So the question here is, we have seen inflation ticking up slightly, but that is well in line with what Mr. Kganyago and his team and the whole central bank economic data told us, that we could, towards the end of the year, beginning of next year, see inflation picking up slightly and then turning down again. They did not see that it will breach the 4.5% level. So with a new 3% level, it should just not breach the 4% level, because around the 3%, they've taken 1% to the bottom, 1% to the top as a pivot point. So inflation in South Africa, well contained. The possibility that Mr. Kganyago, with the anchoring at 3%, will choose to remain at these levels is there. However, I think the monetary policy will go and cut 25 basis points, because I think this would be the last opportunity for lowering interest rates in this downward cycle of interest rates, and then remain at these levels for a fairly long time, until such time as inflation goes down to 3 and below 3 again.
Andre, thank you for your time again. We'll speak again next week, and enjoy the rest of the week. Cheers.
Thank you very much, Richard.